Hello everyone, welcome back to Weaving Web3. We're at ECC and I have a really exciting guest for you today. I have Artur from the co-founder of Clip Finance, and we're going to be discussing what is Clip Finance and where the future leads for it. So, there we go. Could you lead off about a little intro?
Sure, yeah. Thanks for inviting me. I'm a co-founder of Clip Finance. Clip Finance is, in simple terms, it's a yield optimization protocol where we have multiple DeFi strategies. You can deposit there and earn yield. But in a more high level, we call ourselves a universal liquidity coordination platform. So what we're building is that you can do one-click movement from one strategy to another. Because look, if you are depositing yourself into different strategies and you want to move to another strategy, what do you have to do? You are researching what actions you need to do. You need to bridge, so you need to find the cheapest bridge. You need to swap into other asset maybe. Then it takes time. You have some fees for that. So
yeah,
and then before thinking whether you actually need to move to another strategy, because after all the fees, let's say you will lose half percent of your deposit, then it will take maybe 2 weeks to break even. So what we're gonna do, it's with intent architecture, where with one click we're gonna move for you, and it's gonna be the most optimal way, the cheapest and fastest, so that you don't have to research, and there's gonna be more velocity thanks to that in DeFi. Again, there's liquidity optimization.
So essentially you're abstracting the problems that occur in like the fragmented
steps,
liquidity.
Yes, the steps, right? The research you have to do yourself, and our solvers network will be offering better rates if you would do it yourself. Because look, I've been doing that myself. It takes me 2 hours to move from one strategy to another. Yeah. I'm exaggerating a little bit, right? But still, like I said, I need to research the cheapest bridge, the swaps, and then calculate like, oh, this new strategy has 15% APY, but will this have 15% APY in 2 weeks when I'm going to break even? So that's what we're building at Clip Finance, and we've been out 7 months already.
Damn. So you're a strong project right now, yes. Building on 3 chains right now.
Linea, Base, and BSC.
So what do you think is the biggest problem right now? Why did you decide to build what you've built with Clip Finance?
So I've been in crypto 11 years. Before Ethereum existed in Bitcoin, I'm actually a co-founder of Paxful.com as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I got the DeFi bug in 2020 spring, the DeFi summer. Mm-hmm. And the user experience was not there, and it's still not there. So it took me many sleepless nights to figure out where the yield is coming from.
Yeah.
I realized, oh, these are the tokens that are being incentivized. And I didn't understand it in the beginning. And then I was part of this YFI farming and YAM V2, if you remember this DeFi summer 2020. So, but again, there's so many normies who don't have time to spend on this. They just have stables or their assets they want to deposit and have them grow. And the most important, what I like in DeFi, because it's on blockchain, it's transparent. Everything can be verifiable.
Yes.
That's the beauty of the DeFi and blockchain, and that's why I was a Bitcoin maxi before DeFi. Now I'm like 70% Bitcoin maxi, and the rest is like DeFi.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the biggest problems. Is time is the most valuable thing in the space, right? We have so many different things, and the space is so fast. And if you're literally saving us time from doing that, is literally amazing, because that I can now start doing all the other stuff that I really need to do instead of that research. And I think also the biggest problem for me is like finding the safe, yield opportunities, because we all know, we've all been scammed before. It's like, if I put my money here for this 20% APY, like you say, it could dry up. Where's the liquidity come from? And as well as, is it safe, right? And I'm guessing you're making sure that you're a trusted authority, a trusted people, trusted group, and then I know that I can put my yields into your safe hands.
Yeah, so exactly. So I'll comment on this part. exactly like that. Plus, we are completely transparent where the yield comes from, historical yield too. Like, is this 20% been ongoing for the past 2 weeks or past month? Like, how much was it before? And then, yeah, like I'm full-time in DeFi, so I have time to research and everything, right? But most of the people, they have their other 9 to 5 work, then they need to make love with their wife or girlfriend in the evening. So they don't have time to like research and do these things. And that's why we're offering them this like time savings, and and they are feeling that they're in crypto and they're in DeFi, they're following the trend. Yeah.
So what's been the biggest up and what's been the biggest down in building Clip Finance and this optimizing of the yields?
So we started super simple. Like we are another yield optimization protocol with a better UX. That was our value add. We are better UX, and nobody cares actually. It's not $1 billion idea. Like how are you different? Like we're better UX. Nothing special, right? So we had to keep trying, add more things. Then we created unique tokenomics. Our tokenomics unlock is not based on time, because the tokens are getting unlocked over some time, gradually. What we do, tokens will be unlocked based on TVL growth. So at 1 million TVL, at 2 million, 3, and up to 1 billion, there's like 59 times the tokens will be unlocked. So it's now you start thinking like, wow, completely it changes the game mechanics, because if the project is growing, is successful, then the tokens will be unlocked. So there's no inflation of tokens without TVL growing. And then when the TVL grows, revenue grows, the token stakers will get the rev share, right? And that's why when there's a TVL, then there should be a floor price of token, because the token holder is getting the token, the revenue from the protocol, and then like that's the evolution. Like it's still not too much unique. The VCs don't like our tokenomics because they don't have any edge over retail, because it's fair for everybody. Well, maybe the only thing is they get at the cheaper price, but they don't get earlier unlock compared to retail. And the next thing is, okay, that's still like yield optimization with interesting tokenomics. Then we need to be some kind of infrastructure layer. So now, like I said in the beginning, this is a universal liquidity coordination platform, which means you can do one click from one strategy to another. The way I see this, we will have a dashboard of different strategies of different protocols, and these protocols are incentivized to appear on this dashboard with their yield. And then again, instead of doing what I was explaining to like a bridge and swaps, you can do this with one click. So that's our vision. And then Clip is kind of underneath all this yield protocols, or not even yield, it's RWAs, money markets, DEXs, or wherever you can get yield, staking protocols, restaking protocols, right? They can all add their yield source into our platform. So that's our vision.
Okay, wow. Now this is really interesting. It's getting my cogs turning what you could literally build from that whole tokenomics design and stuff. So as, let's say, a user or a developer watching it, what would you advise them to do to come to Clip Finance? What would you like to see being built on top of maybe Clip Finance or utilizing your protocol?
So right now, we have two ways you can deposit. The smart pools, where you deposit to a specific strategy, and then you have to watch it in terms of if APY going down, then you have, you kind of hold there or move to another one yourself. That's the really standard approach to vaults and pools, however you want to call it. But then we have a multi-strategy vault where we are actually moving liquidity for you. So the multi-strategy, from the name you get, we have two strategies where you're earning yield underneath. For example, now on Linea, it's a leveraged lending strategy on Mendy, and also stablecoin USDC on PancakeSwap, automated liquidity management.
Okay.
So 50-50, we split your deposit there. And then we also monitor for you if there's another strategy that is higher APY. We added into this
Okay.
vault and remove another one, so we can have multiple. And that's how you can like deposit and forget, right? One click deposit and forget. So that's what it's in an essence.
So do you see the future of DeFi as more individual will be leaning towards these, let's say, clip finance, where they just deposit the money, you manage the yields and stuff like that? Or do you think there's still going to be a market for individual degens? And
Both. That's what we also realized, part of our building an evolution, that we thought, like one click deposit and forget, and that's it. That's like who we have to focus on. We have this kind of people I've met here to like, hey, I have some deposit on Clip 50K in your vault. So that is automatic, right? Okay, cool. But then at the same time, there's a big market for degens, like we call ourselves that. They want to have control. They want to have control. Like, okay, I see Clip Finance made a super cool strategy on top of Mendy Finance that is giving yield for your Ethereum. That is giving also EtherFi points. That is giving Renzo points, MXL points, and they deposit there. And they have control, right? And then like, okay, the incentives are over. They move to some other strategy.
Yes, absolutely.
And you see, like I split, right? So the ones who like deposit and forget, and the ones who deposit into some really good strategy that is giving lots of incentives on top.
Absolutely.
So there's going to be both markets.
So is that where something I could do on your platform? Then you will have like your specified degen area, and then you have like the more, let's say, traditional save and forget.
Exactly.
Okay, that's amazing. So where do you see Clip Finance in the next 6 months? Where would you like to be? And like next year when we have this interview again, I hope, where do you think and where will you be?
So like I was saying, that we are evolving Clip Finance. It's part of, you can compare that to bridges. They have their infrastructure layer, and then they have their user-facing kind of a proof of concept website, or their infrastructure layer as a protocol, and then the website. So, and we're looking the same way. So Clip Finance as a infrastructure layer where any protocol can add us to them, so they would appear on our website with their strategy, with their APY, with their whatever else the incentives they're giving, and then the users can quickly hop between different strategies. So that's our goal. Like again, one click, you call it Zap, or through intent networks, that the solvers, right? But again, to the end user, it really doesn't matter how this works, as long as we are saying them it's the most optimal route we're going to choose for you. You save time. So basically, this jumping between different strategies to kind of maximize the yield on your liquidity.
Okay, that's awesome. So now to just round off, what would you say to kind of like a closing statement for you and Clip Finance?
Look, the future is bright. Maybe now the market is kind of quiet. It's summertime, but it's going to, again, pick up in some time. And there's going to be new narratives, right? The meme coin narrative is kind of over. The LST narrative is kind of there, right? With this new competitor to Eigenlayer, Symbiotic. There's going to be always new narratives, so keep building, keep following Clip Finance, what we do. Follow us on X, on Telegram, Discord.
Awesome.
Wait for our TG. Like I said, it's a TVL based, really unique. It's fair for everybody, so there's no preferential treatment to whoever VCs, because everybody has the same unlocking mechanism based on TVL. Team investors, TVL providers, advisors. So, like I said, I keep building. There's now you probably already understand the DeFi is up and down, up and down. It's not something stable, but hey, it is what it is.
Well, there's a bright future for Clip Finance for sure, listening to all this. And thank you so much to coming on the podcast. This was Weaving Web3 with Clip Finance. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Awesome.